So today I want to talk about people's attitudes towards the homeless, or the poor, or beggars on the street, or vagrants, winos, hobos, whatever you want to call them. Because I actually had a big discussion on Facebook recently, you may have seen it, where someone put on there some very horrible comments about a homeless man who had asked them for change at a petrol station. And this discussion got quite heated. Apparently this man is quite well known. He's known to have a drug habit and has a place to stay. They were saying he has a flat, whether that's his flat or not, we don't know. There's a place to stay. And I made all these horrible comments, and got me thinking, well, even if he does have a drug habit and he is just begging to fund his drug habit, why do you think he's on drugs? It's easy to say, you chose to take the drugs, it's your responsibility, it's your problem, it's your fault you've got a drug problem. Well, why do you take drugs in the first place? Most people take drugs out of some sort of just escapism. Some need to escape from something, whether it's depression, whether it's financial worries, whether it's marriage worries, whatever it is. So most people experiment in drugs because they have some underlying condition or underlying problem that they want to escape from. And then unfortunately, in many cases, once becomes twice, twice becomes 5 times, 5 becomes 15, and an addiction will pop up. Why are people forced to beg for money to fund their drug addiction? The same reason people are forced to beg for money to fund their gambling addiction or to fund their alcohol problem. It's an illness. Addiction is never a choice. Yes, the choice to take it in the first place is a choice, but everybody who says drug addicts, alcoholics, gambling addicts are all to blame for their own problems, well, if you're going to say that, let me just say, I hope you never ever make a bad choice or bad decision in your life ever, because everyone makes bad choices, and unfortunately for some people, one bad choice is one too many, and that's it. So we need to start having a bit more compassion for the homeless and a bit more tolerance for how we treat them. This person actually put, yes, they asterisked it and censored it on this post, eat a dick to this man. Now, I will grant you, this man is allegedly quite aggressive if you refuse him change. But try begging for a week and being told things like eat a dick, get a job, go away you vagrant, repeatedly, up to dozens of times a day. Eventually you're going to get very irritable and very pissed off when people refuse you, regardless of how they refuse you. Try living for a week on the streets. See if you don't want to pick up a needle or pick up a can of beer, just to get away from it all. See if you don't get the hump, and see if you don't start doing things that people would deem unfavourable, unsavoury, not nice. See if you don't tell someone to fuck off when they say, no, I'm not going to give you any change. I know I probably would if I was homeless and begging for change, and every day, I guarantee you, people who are recently homeless, when they're begging for money, they're very humble, very sort of timid, and then eventually, after being told to fuck off a million times, they just get aggressive and brazen and rude. And it's not their fault. We need to look at society and what social conditions has caused these people to end up like this. Because you never ever see a vagrant pisshead or a vagrant junkie or a vagrant layabout, if you will, begging for change in these nice, well-to-do, privileged areas in Cornwall, Hampshire, or, places like that. Nice, lovely areas, Somerset, nice, lovely areas where everyone's well-to-do. You never see that. Why? Because poor people are more likely to do drugs, to do alcohol, to gamble, because it's an escape. So we need to stop looking down on people who are homeless, poor, on drugs, on alcohol, have gambling problems, and start thinking. It's very easy to say, oh, go away, and just push the problem out of sight, out of mind, or just to call the police and get them moved on. One woman actually said on this post that I was talking about, actually said, can't we call the police and get them arrested? Yeah, so they can give them a lovely cell for the night and a meal. Well, if we can do that once, we need to start looking at how we can do that permanently, and how we can get him clean of whatever drugs he's on, get him the help that he needs, because clearly you think people would choose to walk around looking dirty and destitute and beg for money. Another woman said he must be a scammer because he got in a car shortly after with a friend, smiling. Well, how dare the poor person get a lift and be happy about it? We need to stop with this blaming people for the situation that they're in. Yes, some individual responsibility must be taken into account, but we need to look at the social responsibility as well, and how we handle these people and how we get them the help that they need. Thanks for watching. See you next time.